Good afternoon and welcome back to Choccolocca Park here in Oxford, Alabama. The final game of the day and the final spot in the championship game on the line in the Alabama Community College Conference Tournament. We've made our way from Thursday to here. One team has punched its ticket to tomorrow's championship game. The Shelton State Bucks are there after they defeated Coastal South 5-0 a little while ago. And now South back on the field against Wallace Hanceville. The stakes as high as they can be for both of these teams. You either see your season come to an end or you get to play tomorrow for a championship. We'll find out in 9 innings which one is which. Jaden Martin, the left-hander, getting the start on the mound for Wallace Hanceville, the home team in this game. And he's facing Devin Murphy to lead things off, a 1-2 count. And that hit Murphy. Clipped him on the way by. And we saw Devin Murphy running the bases very gingerly in the first game today. So don't expect him to be more than a station-to-station base runner, but they're not going to take him out of the lineup. His bat, too important. Bunt is popped up. For strike one off the bat of Quincy Walters, who moves up to the number 2 spot in the lineup. A couple of changes for Coastal from the first game as they try to keep their season going. That pitch sails all the way back to the backstop. And even Murphy on that bum leg, able to easily advance on that wild pitch. So he's at second, a 1-1 count. Pitch misses high. Martin has pitched in the tournament. That one missed up and in. 3 balls and a strike. But he had, talking about Martin, he had a very brief outing earlier in the tournament, did not throw very many pitches at all. And so they put the ball in his hands to get the start. Coming in, Martin has put up good numbers. 5-2 the record on the season, 3.38 the ERA, 37 in a third innings, 33 hits allowed, 17 walks, 37 strikeouts. So Martin more than capable. Big, tall lefty. And a 3-1 count against Walters with a runner at second, nobody out. Coastal trying to do what they could not do against Shelton, and that's score a run. Shelton with the 9-inning shutout, used 2 pitchers to do it. 5-0 the final score in that game earlier today. Three-two. Call strike 3 on the corner at the knees. Good location by Jaden Martin. Gets the first out. And now Addison Scott. Coyotes managed just 4 hits in the game prior to this one. Swing and a miss by Scott. The 0-1. A ball and a strike now. cool, cloudy, windy day. Trying to get through this game ahead of the rain. Swing and a miss. 1-2. We were able to play one game last night. Even in the midst of all that rain, we squeezed one in. One and two the count. 2-2. Had a little rain delay during that game last night, about 20 minutes or so. The 2-2, foul back. And because of the rain and because of the constant updates to the schedule and changes over the last couple of days, the championship games we have just learned will be played beginning at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning at UAB. So the championship round of this tournament, that one right off of Martin. He goes and gets the baseball and throws to first. And we'll call time and check on Martin. He's walking around, moving around like he's okay. Looked like it hit him in the leg, the thigh area. Coach Putman out to check on him. Martin says, no need, I'm A-okay.
Number 12, Caden Mason.
A hard hit ball by Scott, but he's retired for the second out. Runner still at second. And Caden Mason at the plate pops it up. Right side's going to bounce off the roof of the first base dugout for strike one. The 0-1 count. Up and away, 1-1. Murphy there at second. See him getting his lead. He was hit by a pitch and went to second on a wild pitch. 2-1 the count to Caden Mason. High 3-1. Mason, after the game, will do some gardening with those batting gloves. Pointed those out in that last game. Deep to left. Fair or foul? Foul ball. That ball was crushed to left. Home run distance with ease, even into the wind. But he was out in front of it. The 3-2 is ball four. Might have hit him. I think it did. Either way, he's going to be on base.
Now batting number 4, Brian Speakman.
Couple of base runners, 2 hit batters in the inning, and Speakman, the right fielder, at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch. Strike one. Saw Colton Payton give his pitcher a fist pump after that pitch. He liked it. The 0-1 is up and in. Ball and a strike. Perfect pitch. 1-2. Grounded right side and foul. Still 1-2 to Speakman. 2-2 now. Saw this in the first game for Coastal today. They got base runners, got them in scoring position. A lot of that came with 2 outs, and they just never got the hit to get any of those runs home, as they were shut out 5-0. The full count pitch will get the runners in motion with 2 outs. There they go. Pitch is fouled out of play. A new supply of baseballs for the home plate umpire. Another 3-2 is ball 4. Two hit batters and a walk, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. So again, the table is set for the Coyotes. Maybe a new presence in the lineup can change their luck. Aaron Threet getting his first start of the tournament. Threet comes in hitting .274. No home runs, 9 RBIs. As I said, he has not yet made an appearance in this tournament, so Coach J.D. Pruitt for the Coyotes looking for some answers offensively, mixing it up with his lineup a little bit. Umpire goes and breaks up the meeting on the mound. Two hit batters, a walk from Jaden Martin have loaded the bases with 2 outs. Threet at the plate. Getting the start in left field. Takes low. Uncharacteristic. Control issues for Martin. There's a strike. It's 1-1. As I mentioned, just 17 walks this season in 37 plus innings. Ground ball, right side, diving stop, Henniger. No play anywhere, a run scores. Martin late getting to the bag at first. And a run is in. Finally, Coastal able to break the ice and get one across. Martin just did not get over to first in time to cover the bag. Henniger, a good play to field that ball to keep it from getting in the outfield, a diving stop. Leggett, a base hit to left. 2 runs are going to score. 3-0 Coastal. So all 3 of those free runners, the 2 hit batters and the walk, come home to score. And South, after struggling to find the scoreboard, has put up a 3 spot here in the first. A 2-run single for Kennedy Leggett. He's at first. Speakman stops at second. Excuse me, that's 3 at second. Speakman scored. And Geelan in a 1-1 count. back. Coastal, the 3 seed in the tournament. Wallace Hanceville, the 5. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout to end the inning for Jaden Martin. 2 hit batters, a walk, 2 run scoring hits, 3-0. Coastal leads it as we go to the bottom of the first. Three to nothing Coastal. That's got to feel good for the Coyotes after they were shut out on 4 hits in the first game and just could not find a way to score a run despite having multiple opportunities. They get the job done in the first. A couple of 2-out hits.
For the Lions, number 11, Andrew Lawrence.
So now Wallace will have to climb out of an early hole. Andrew Lawrence, Jamie Howes, Colton Payton, the first 3. And Lawrence jumps on the first pitch. A base hit to left. Andrew Lawrence is having a heck of a tournament.
After the base hit, now by the number 21, Jamie Howes.
That's his 7th hit of the tournament in this, the 4th game for the Lions. And Howes fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Give you the path to this game for both teams. For Wallace, tournament started with a loss. They fell 10-4 in the 4-5 game. That one bounces away. The throw down to second is going to be late as Lawrence moves up. Wallace lost that first game 10-4, bounced back to win their first elimination game on Friday night. That was against Gadsden. That knocked Gadsden out of the tournament. A 13-3 5-inning run rule victory for Wallace in that game to complete a surprising turn for Gadsden State. The number 2 seed in the tournament lost its first 2 games, both by the run rule. Grounder under the glove of the third baseman. Stevens in reaction mode on that hard hit ball, just couldn't get the glove to it. A base hit for Howes. So Wallace looking to answer right away. 2 on, nobody out. Talking about Wallace Hanceville, mentioned the game. The one game we were able to play yesterday, they defeated Northwest Shoals 7-2, and that's the 3 games that they have played to this point to get where they are. As for Coastal, they started this tournament with 2 wins. Slow roller. Pitcher slipped and could not make a throw. Scotty Milbourne lost his footing. An infield single loads the bases.
Next batter for the line, number 27, Luke Fernandez.
Mentioned all the rain that's been here. Field a little bit slick. So Scotty Milbourne, the starter, in a jam. And Luke Fernandez at the plate. Fernandez in the lineup for the 3rd game after he pitched the 1st game for the Lions. The conference pitcher of the year, Luke Fernandez, and a 1-1 count. That one missed high as Fernandez laid off. It's 2-1. Grounded left side and again under the glove of Stevens. A run is in, and the left fielder dropped the ball. Not long enough for an extra run to come home, though. 3 out there had trouble picking it up. Didn't cost him anything, but it's a run across 4 straight hits to start the ball game. An RBI for Fernandez, and it's 3-1. Swing and a miss. Chopper coming home. Catch is made. Nicely done by Colton. Not Colton. Caden Mason to get the out at home. So a fielder's choice on the chopper off the plate. Howes is retired. 1 out. Base is still loaded. Perry at the plate. Up and in. Two 2-0. That's a big first out for Coastal. Preventing the run from scoring. Grounder to third. That's right where Stevens was playing. The throw home gets another out at the plate. Stevens against the left-handed hitter well off the bag. And Perry hit it right to him for the second out.
Now batting number 18, Ronald Jackson.
So base is still loaded. 2 outs now, and Jackson at the plate. Off the mid of Caden Mason. Ball 1. And Milbourne trying to get out of this inning. Not going to do it. That one scoots past the umpire, past the shortstop, and into center field. 2 runs will score, and we got a tie game. A 2-out, 2-run single for Riley Jackson. So runners first and second now with 2 outs, 3 across. Cooper Sanford, the number 8 hitter in the Lions lineup, in an 0-1 count. It's 0-2. Things got a little sleepy and repetitive in the first game. Lots of action here in this first inning for both sides. Just missed. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. In the air, shallow center coming in is Scott. And he's got it for out number 3, but 5 hits in the inning. Produces 3 runs for the Lions. And we are tied at 3 apiece after 1. Tie game and an action-packed first inning. 3 runs for both sides. It's a big contrast from the first game today. Shelton State scored 5 runs in 1 inning. That was in the second inning of that game, and nobody scored another run the rest of the day as the game ended in a 5-0 Shelton victory. 3 runs apiece, and each half of the first has us off and running here in the second game today. A spot in the conference championship game on the line for these 2 teams. The number 9 hitter, Joseph Stevens, for the Coyotes in a 1-1 count. Stevens was busy in the hot corner the last half inning. Takes up and away. It's 2-1. Up and in, 3 balls and a strike. Control was an issue for Martin in the first. 2 hit batters and a walk. And all 3 of those base runners scored. Pop, shallow right. Heaps coming, and he dropped it. They throw back to first as he stumbled around the bag, and he's out. Stevens, watching the play unfold in front of him, saw Heaps drop the ball. Took a step or 2 towards second. Thought better of it, tried to get back to first, and they threw him out on his way back. A base hit and a put out on the bases. Tough break for the Coyotes. 1 out in the inning. Fouled off. That makes the count 0-2. Heaps kind of tried to make a little basket catch on the run there. And the ball looked like it hit the heel of the glove and bounced out. And that was what set that play in motion. Missed a little bit high with the 2-strike pitch, 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Fly ball to left. Howe's coming in. Puts it away for out number 2.
After the foul, now batting number 6, Quincy Walters.
Now Walters, who struck out looking his first time. Takes one up and in. A ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1-1. He's late on that fastball. Chasing it about letter high. And now he's behind in the count, 1-2. Didn't go fishing after the breaking ball low. 2-2 now. Foul back. Showed him that breaking ball. Maybe you come back with that high heater that he chased. I think that's what he was trying to do there. Still 2-2. Breaking ball. Walters laid off. Full count. Just got a piece of it. There was that high fastball. And Walters spoiled it. Grounder up the middle, and it's going to get over the glove of Sanford into center field. A base hit for Walters with 2 outs.
Now batting number 10, Addison Scott.
Now Scott, who hit that line drive off the leg of the pitcher, Jaden Martin. His first time up. Martin blocked it, picked it up, and threw him out. 1-0. In the air to center. Perry has it for out number 3. 2 hits in the inning, but a base running miscue. Cost the Coyotes a runner at the start of the inning. The other one left stranded. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. 3 apiece.
Now for the Coyotes, number 17, Scotty Milburn.
Case and Heaps to lead things off.
Number 15, Case and Heaps.
9-1-2 in the order for Wallace against Milburn, who gave up 5 hits, 3 runs in that first inning. See if he can settle down. Won't happen on that first pitch of the inning. A base hit to right by Heaps.
After the single, back at the top of the order, now batting number 11, Andrew Lawrence.
This is a good hitting Wallace Hanceville team. Saw him score 13 runs in 5 innings against Gadsden. Put together a 7-run ball game yesterday to knock Northwest Shoals out of the tournament. And it's a solid lineup from top to bottom. As you see, the number 9 hitter lead off the inning with a base hit. And Lawrence rips one past third into the corner. Heaps, they're going to wave him. No, they slam on the brakes. Wisely so, as that ball got in quickly by Threet out there and left. But the Lions right back at it here in the second and third with nobody out.
After the double by Lawrence, now batting number 21, Jamie Howes.
Already 7 hits for Wallace in 2+ innings. Milburn just has not found a way to get the upper hand in this ball game. 1-0. Foul back. A ball and a strike to Jamie Howes, who had a base hit his first time. The 1-1. Another foul ball. 1-2 now. Poked left side in the air. Stevens giving chase. It's out of play in the bullpen. 1-2. Another foul ball. Howes keeps the at-bat going. Spoiling some pitches here with 2 strikes. Jammed him, but he was able to pull it foul up the first base side. The 1-2, hard hit, but right at Walters at second. That'll score a run as the infield was back playing for the out. Trying to stay out of another big inning. So Howes, an RBI on the ground out, gives his team the lead. Runner at third now with 1 out. And Fernandez going to bring that runner in. Colton Payton. Payton, the hitter, continues his good work, his second hit. He brings a run in to make it 5-3. That brought in Lawrence. Now Fernandez at the plate. Takes low. He had an RBI single his first time. Strike at the knees, 1-1. One and two. Fly to right. Fernandez retired for out number 2.
Next up, number 35, Samuel Henniger.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and 1 to Henniger. 2 more runs across here in the second. Wallace has claimed the lead. Popped up. Right side, foul. Down the line in no man's land. No man got there, but it was a foul ball. Oh and 2 to Henniger, who grounded into a fielder's choice his first time and strikes out this time, but not before Wallace. Hanceville adds 2 runs and takes the lead. 5-3 our score as we go to the third. Five to 3 our score as we get ready to start the third inning. On a cool, windy, overcast Mother's Day. Wish all of you mothers watching with us today a very happy Mother's Day. Hope you feel blessed and honored by your children today.
Back on the mound, number 44, Jaden Martin from the lines, and now batting. For the Coyotes, number 12, Caden Mason.
4, 5, 6 spots for the Coyotes. Mason, Speakman, and 3. Mason swinging first pitch. Sends it out to center. Shallow. Perry makes the catch. 1 down in the third.
After the flyout, now batting number 4, Bryce Speakman.
Speakman drew a walk his first time. He's at the plate. Came around to score a run in that 3-run first inning for the Coyotes. Missed a little bit low. Ball and a strike to Speakman. Two and one now. Talked about the path that Wallace Hanceville took to this game. Coastal. As Speakman works ahead 3-1. Won its first game, squeaked by Chattahoochee Valley on Thursday, 6-5 in the 3-6 matchup. In the air, left side. Out of room just barely. Riley Jackson trying to make a play over by the bullpen, but it was beyond his reach. Friday's winners bracket game for Coastal South against the 2-seed Gadsden State. They beat them 12-4 in 7 innings. And then Coastal returned to action earlier today in that winners bracket game. Lost 5-0 to Shelton State. So both of these teams play in their 4th games of the tournament. Again, the championship game will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. and it will be played at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. That goes over the mound, and Speakman beats it out. A high hopper just out of the reach of Jaden Martin. Speakman reaches on the infield single. Did the bat break? Huh.
After the single by Speakman, now batting number 23, Aaron 3.
The home plate umpire over to talk to the director of the umpires, Kevin Osman here. Something about that bat. Clarification, possibly. Oh, we're ready to go. That's 3. Squared the bunt. Took a strike. Runner at first, 1 out. Popped up. Henniger, the first baseman, in foul territory, makes the catch. 2 down now.
Number 25, Kennedy Leggett.
Now Kennedy Leggett, who had a big hit in that 3-run first inning. A 2-run single with 2 outs. Takes a strike. One and one the count to Leggett. In the air to center, going over there is Perry, and he makes the catch on the run in the gap. Will Perry had to turn on the Jets, but he got there. Leggett is retired, so are the Coyotes in the 3rd. They trail it 5-3 as we go to the bottom half.
7, William Perry.
6, 7, 8 spots in the order for the Lions in the third. Will Perry to lead it off after he made a good running catch out in center field to finish off the top half of this inning. Perry grounded into a fielder's choice his first time. 2 balls and a strike. Bounces that one foul, pass first, 2-2. Full count now. It's been a struggle for Millbourne. Five runs on 8 hits through the first 2 innings. In the air to left, coming in is Threet. That ball was a mile in the air. Took a while to come down. But Threet makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 18, Riley Jackson.
Jackson swinging first pitch. In the air to right, Speakman. Two outs. 1-2-3 inning would be a breath of fresh air for Millbourne and the Coyotes after the way those first 2 innings have gone. Sanford at the plate. Takes a strike. Sanford flied out to center field his first time up. A ball and a strike. Back up the middle, off the glove of Walters. He collects, throws, and gets the out anyway. Nicely done. Quincy Walters stays with the play and gets the out, and there is that 1-2-3 inning to slow things down for that Lions offense. 5-3 our scores. We go to the 4th. Five to 3 our score. Coyotes getting ready to bat here in the top of the 4th.
Number 44, Jake Martin, back on the mound for the Lions, now batting.
Coastal South, 3 runs in the first. Wallace answered with 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Strike one to Derek Geelan. 8, 9, 1 spots in the order for Coastal. Geelan, Stevens, and Murphy. One and one now. Ground ball knocked down by Sanford, but nothing more he could do with it. Geelan on with a leadoff single.
After the single by Geelan, now batting number 3, Joseph Stevens.
Bunt, foul. Strike one to Joseph Stevens. Who had that hit to right off the glove of the right fielder, Cason Heap. Stevens took an aggressive turnaround first, and Heaps threw behind him and got him out trying to get back to the bag. He bunts it foul up the first baseline. And it's an 0-2 count. That one pops away. Peyton can't find where it's at. Big turnaround second. He's going for third, and he is going to be out. Colton Peyton could not find the baseball. Geelan tried to make him pay and sneak an extra base out of it. Peyton found it and threw him out at third. I was watching Geelan as he was running, just the slightest bit of hesitation as he rounded second. Looked like he wasn't convinced he could make it, but then committed to it, and that cost him. Two and two the count of Stevens. And it is full. And Stevens works a walk.
Back at top of order for the count is number 5, Devin Murphy.
So a runner at first now. And Murphy hits it in the air to center. Will Perry goes and gets it. 2 outs in the inning.
By the number 6, Quincy Walters.
Foul ball, 0-1 the count to Walters. In the dirt. Big secondary lead on that pitch by Stevens. Before he goes back to first, 1-1 the count. He's running, and they've got him picked off, and they throw it into center field. Stevens will end up at third base. That wasn't that bad of a throw. I'm not sure what happened on the receiving end. It might have got lost in the runner. But a stolen base for Stevens, and an error gets him to third with 2 outs. Walters in a 1-1 count. It's 1-2 now. Coyotes trying to knock a run off that lead. Runner in third, 2 outs. Foul out of play. The 1-2. Played off the high heat, 2-2. Fouled out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounded under the glove of Henniger and into right. They do get that run in. A clutch hit for Walters. Makes it a 1-run game, 5-4 now.
After the RBI of Walters, now batting number 10, Addison Scott.
Walters with his second hit. Addison Scott at the plate, 0 for 2. Inside and low, ball 1. Deep short and under the glove of Lawrence. A base hit to left. Lawrence had a long way to go to even have a chance at that ball. Another base hit.
Now batting number 12, Caden Mason.
First and second, now 2 outs. Caden Mason at the plate. Lawrence will get another chance, an easier play that time as he scoops to second to get the out and in the inning. But 3 hits and a walk produce a run for the Coyotes. 5-4, Wallace leads it now as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
plate for the Lions, number 15.
9-1-2 spots. The Lions, their lead cut to a run. Heaps hits one to left, pretty deep, but it'll hang up for 3. One pitch, one out in the 4th.
How about at number 11, Andrew Lawrence?
Lawrence continues to shine at the plate in this tournament. 2 for 2 in this one, a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. And he's done that a lot, swinging at the first pitch. Oh, and 1 the count after that foul ball. Another base hit. He is just seeing it and hitting it.
After the single by Lawrence, now batting number 21, Jamie.
Lawrence 3 for 3. Now Howes. Out of play left side, strike 1. Bunt, left side, charging, throwing, not in time. Stevens did everything he could, but a perfect bunt to the left side. Howes has another base hit. Lawrence to second. 1 out in the inning, and Colton Payton, he and Andrew Lawrence in a hitting competition, and they're both winning. Payton 2 for 2 with an RBI in this one. Fouled out of play for strike 1. Andrew Lawrence now 9 for 17 in this tournament. He's got his second 3-hit game out of the 4 that he's played. Payton takes a strike. The 0-2. Close. Didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Struck him out. That's big for Milbourne. He got a hot hitter for out number 2. But the work not done yet. Luke Fernandez. 1 for 2. He has an RBI single. Lifts it to center. And Scott's going to get there. And a good job by Milbourne. He gave up a couple of 1-out base hits, but left those 2 runners stranded at first and second and keeps the score 5-4 as we go to the 5th. Wallace makes a pitching change to start the 5th inning. Right-hander Ryan Everly going to take the mound, making his 13th appearance of the season, a record of 1-0, 5.59 ERA. He has a save. 29 innings pitched. He's given up 38 hits, 15 walks, and struck out 29. Everly in relief of Jaden Martin, who went 4.
Ryan Everly, number 3, on the mound now for the Lions. Now batting 4.
He'll face the 5, 6, 7 spots in the order. Speakman, Threet, and Leggett. Starts the inning with a called strike. Just missed with that one. 1-1 now. Two and one. Speakman has been on base twice, a walk, a base hit. Two and two. Fly ball to left, over towards the line. House makes the catch. One out in the 5th.
After the fly, now batting number 23, Aaron Threet.
One for two is Threet. He had a base hit and drove home a run in that 1st inning. He hit that ground ball to first. Pitcher was late covering after Henniger made a diving stop. Threet beat it out, and that scored a run. He's behind in the count, 0-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Riley Jackson lets it roll foul. Good decision there. Still 2-2. And a line drive caught. Jackson makes the throw, but the ball was caught in the air.
Now batting number 25, Kendi Leggett.
2 outs now, and Leggett at the plate. 1 for 2. A 2-run single in the 1st. Ball a little bit low. That one low as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Leggett. Three and 0. Three and 1 now. Hit down the line and right. Cleared the. It didn't clear the fence. It's a foul ball. It hit the fence. There's that black that you see covered. It's a chain link fence out there with a black covering on it, and that ball went behind the covering and rolled down in between the covering and the fence. Call strike 3, inside corner, Leggett. Didn't like the call. Hanceville fans love it. A strikeout, a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th. Ryan Everly comes on and sits them down in order. 5-4 still our score as we go to the bottom half.
Scotty Milburn. And coming to play for the Lions, number 35. Now comes Sam Henniger.
5-4. Lions batting with the lead in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1 to Sam Henniger, the 5, 6, 7 spots in the order. Henniger, Perry, and Jackson coming up against Scotty Milburn. Credit to Milburn. He's settled in a little bit here after they touched him up for 5 runs on 8 hits early in those first 2 innings. Just 2 hits since then. And he's ahead in the count, 1-2. That one sent foul down the right field line, still 1-2. That one will stay in play. Leggett chasing from his spot at first. Over the shoulder basket catch for out number 1.
After the fly out, now batting number 7, William Perry.
Nice play by Leggett to get back there and retire Henniger. Now Will Perry. Play made by Geelan. He slid to a knee to make sure he fielded that ball. Got to his feet and threw Perry out in plenty of time. 2 quick outs.
Now batting number 18, Riley Jackson.
Now Riley Jackson 1 for 2, a base hit in the first. Oh and 1. Laid off. Pitch was low. 1-1 now. Tipped into the mitt. 1-2. Leggett gives that pop fly a look in foul territory, but it's out of play. So 2 balls hit in the air in the direction of Kennedy Leggett in this inning. And as soon as he takes off running after those balls, he is intentionally knocking the hat off of his head. I thought he did it on that pop fly over his shoulder, but wasn't quite sure. But watching him there, he did it again. Wonder if he played some catcher. Maybe an instinct, a habit of getting that whatever's on your head off as you chase a ball in the air. That's a catcher thing. Grounder third. Stevens sets and throws a little bit high, but Leggett adjusts and keeps his foot on the bag. And a 1-2-3 fifth for Milburn and the Coyotes. We go to the 6th, a 1-run game. Five to 4 our score. The team swapped 3-run innings in the first. Wallace pushed ahead with 2 in the second. Coastal trimmed a run off that lead with 1 in the fourth. And here we are in the top of the 6th. 8-9-1, Geelan, Stevens, and Murphy. Geelan fouls that one out of play. Late on that heater. Ryan Everly out for his second inning of work. It's ahead of Geelan 0-2. Tried that same spot. Climbed the ladder a little bit. Just missed the corner. 2-2. Foul ball. Still 2-2. Geelan with a base hit and two trips. Oh, that hit him right in the shoulder. Leadoff man is aboard for the Coyotes in the 6th. Geelan hit by pitch. High and tight to Stevens, who tried to bunt. Took the pitch. It's a ball. Squares again. That one missed 2 balls, no strikes. Stevens, a base hit and a walk, has scored a run. Again, shows bunt, lays it down first base. Henniger to second, made a quick decision, and it paid off. Charging from first, Henniger. That bunt came his way. So Stevens not able to execute the sacrifice. He reaches on the fielder's choice. 1 out in the inning. And a lineup change.
Number 9, Silas Cunningham.
Cunningham going to bat for Murphy. We mentioned Murphy hobbled. Silas Cunningham going to hit for him here in the 6th. Throw to first. Cunningham at 295 on the season, 2 home runs, 27 RBIs. Takes a pitch high. Cunningham came on as a replacement for Murphy in the opening game of the tournament for Coastal against Chat Valley and had a base hit in that role. That's his only at-bat of the tournament so far. 3-0 the count. Three and one. Three and two. After that, swing and a miss. And he struck him out. Cunningham down on strikes for out number 2. Walters at the plate. 2 for 3, a couple of base hits, had an RBI single in the 4th. Gets ahead in the count, 2-0. And a base hit. Over short and into left center field. The throw to third, pretty close. But he is in there. Stevens to third. Another hit for Walters, his third of the game. He goes to second on the throw. And as the Coyotes mount a 2-out rally here, a visit to the mound to talk things over with Ryan Everly. High stakes playoff baseball. Winner moves on to tomorrow's championship game. Loser goes home. Wallace as the 5 seed in the tournament, trying to bounce back from a loss in its opening game. Coastal South, the number 3 seed, won their first 2 games. Took their first loss earlier today to Shelton State. The winner of this game would play Shelton in that championship. A swing and a miss by Addison Scott. A big spot in this game. Second and third. With 2 outs, and Scott takes the ball outside. It's 1-1. Grounded to third on a hop. Runner didn't have to go. He gets in a rundown, and Jackson tags him out. That's a coachable moment right there. As Walters ran into an out when he didn't have to. Jackson might have made that play anyway across to first, but when he saw that runner coming his way, he took that route instead. So the inning ends with an out on the bases. A runner stranded at third. 5-4 still our score as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Cooper Sanford, 8-9-1 spots for the Lions. Against Milbourne, who's bounced back from a rough start. Did that run score before the tag? Okay, I missed that. All right, folks, I missed it. Yeah, that's ground ball to short, deep short. Sanford is retired, so I have to amend my call of the last half inning. We have a tie game, and I have to eat crow on my criticism of Walters as well. That actually paid off. Him running from second and getting in a rundown allowed the run to score. The time that took, that play to develop, the runner from third touched home before the third out was recorded. Since it was not a forced play, the run counts, and we got a tie game. So I apologize for my misassessment of that entire play. That was actually some smart base running by Walters to get in a rundown and allow that run to score. Really induced the third baseman to get into that play where a force out would have prevented that run from scoring. So that's actually a really heads-up play and went over my head. That's how smart it was. So 5-5 our score. A strikeout of Heaps is the second out in the inning. And back to the top of the order, which you love if you're Coastal, seeing Andrew Lawrence hit with nobody on base. He is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Fouls that one out of play. Another foul ball. Grounder, foul. One and two the count to Lawrence. Tie game, bottom of the sixth. Grounder up the middle. He is 4 for 4.
After the single by Lawrence, now batting number 21, Jamie Howes.
That's impressive. 4 hits in a ball game at any level. I'm telling you, it's hard to do. Lawrence is dialed in right now. He's at first with 2 outs. Two and 0 the count to Howes. 3 and 0. Three balls and a strike now. Lawrence, not much of a base stealer if you're wondering. Just 4 out of 4 this season. Hasn't really made any indication that he's going to go, although he bluffed right there. Howes a base hit the other way. Third hit for Jamie Howes. First and second with 2 outs. One ball, no strikes to Colton Payton. He's 2 for 3. Soft liner off the glove of the shortstop, Geelan. Everybody safe. Bases loaded. Geelan went to a knee. I think he was kind of hoping that ball would get to him in the air. It didn't. It short hopped him. Grounder. Geelan gets it to second in time for out number 3. A big play defensively with the bases loaded. Diving stop, the flip to second just in time to get the out and keep the game tied at 5 apiece. We go to the 7th. Five to 5. When this tie is ultimately broken, one team will move on to the championship. One team will see its season come to an end.
Everly back on the mound for the Lions. Coming to the plate for the Coyotes. 12, Mason.
4, 5, 6 spots in the order in the top of the 7th. For the Coyotes, Caden Mason going to lead it off against Everly. And a sharp breaking ball catches the plate for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Up and away, 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now to Mason, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the first and came around to score a run. A ground ball to second base. And Mason is retired to start the 7th inning.
After the ground out, now batting number 11, Bryce Speakman.
Now Speakman. Fouls that one off for strike 1. Speakman 1 for 2, a base hit and a walk. He scored a run. That was also in the first inning. A 1-1 count. 1-2. Two and two. Laid off. That pitch low. It's a full count. Foul ball out of play. Still 3-2. Oh, strike 3, inside corner. Speakman didn't like it.
After the strikeout, now batting number 23, Aaron 3.
1 for 3. 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch popped up. Peyton, the catcher, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 7th. for Ryan Everly and the Lions of Wallace State. Bottom of the 7th coming up. 5-5 our score. Five apiece. Bottom of the 7th. Henniger, Perry, Jackson, 5, 6, 7 in the Wallace lineup. And jumping on the first pitch, Henniger deposits a base hit into right. A promising start to the 7th for the Lions. And quickly out of the dugout. Coach out to talk to Milbourne. And they're going to make a change. That looked like a predetermined decision. Any kind of trouble Milbourne got in this inning was going to be it for him. But that's a gutsy performance by Scotty Milbourne. They were hitting it all over the yard against him in the first 2 innings. He settled down, held him in check, gave his team a chance to come back and tie this game. And that's where we stand. We'll step aside, tell you about the new pitcher right after this. New pitcher for Coastal. Right-hander Seth Payne, who we have seen play first base and hit in the lineup in a couple of games during this tournament. But he takes the mound, just his 4th appearance on the mound this season. An 0-1 record, a 6.43 ERA. In those previous 3 appearances, he has pitched 7 innings, given up 7 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 2. So Payne in. And we get a runner at first for Henniger. It's like number 2, Connor Lowry. Payne delivers. Perry tries to bunt. It's foul for strike 1. So Lowry now at first. Perry pulls the bat back, takes a ball. It's 1-1. Time call at the plate. Showed bunt, pulled it back, took a strike. It's 1-2. Stevens creeping in from third, with Leggett having to cover the bag at first. One and two, the count. Turns on this one, hits it a ton, but foul. Still 1-2 to Will Perry. Check to swing. The ball pops away. The runner goes down to second. Says he did not go around. The wild pitch allows the runner to move up. So Lowry at second now. A 2-2 count. In the air to right. Hard hit, but a little too hard as it carried out there to Speakman, who didn't have to move much to make that catch. One out in the seventh. Runner not able to advance. Now Riley Jackson. Payne misses low and in. Jackson 1 for 3, a base hit in the first. Mason blocks that one in the dirt, 2-0. There's a strike. It's 2-1. And another one. 2-2. Missed inside, full count. The 3-2. Grounded to short. Geelan makes the play. Runner moves up to third on that ground ball, but 2 outs in the inning. Cooper Sanford, 0 for 3. Flied out, grounded out twice. Time called as Payne was in his delivery. Strike at the knees. 0-1. That one missed low. 1-1 to count. Up the middle, gonna be fielded by the second baseman. The throw in time to get the out. What an outstanding play by Quincy Walters to keep this game tied. Randy Putman hadn't run that fast in a long time on his way to argue that call. He can't believe it. The ball was fielded by the second baseman, Walters, near the cut of the grass behind second base. He threw from his knees. Sanford diving to try to beat the play. Out was the call. And we stay tied as we go to the 8th. An outstanding defensive play by second baseman Quincy Walters. A controversial play, but it was the third out at first. Prevents the go-ahead run from scoring and keeps this game tied in the 8th inning. And I'm telling you, if Coastal is the team that ends up winning this game, Quincy Walters is your hero. His heads-up base running in the 6th inning allowed the tying run to score, and his Gold Glove defense kept the score tied in the 7th. Leggett going to lead things off. Top of the 8th. Bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. Leggett got under it. Straight up the chute. Lowry. No, that's not Lowry. Austin Nix at first base almost overran that play. But Nix able to make it and retire Leggett for out number 1. So Nix at first. Lowry came in to run for Henniger, and Nix in to play defense in that same spot. One away. Called strike to Geelan. One for 2. He's been on base twice. A base hit. And he was hit by a pitch. He's behind in the count, 0-2. And he's hit again. Everly got him both times and in a very similar spot up on that shoulder.
After the hit by pitch, now batting number 3, Joseph Stevens.
So a runner at first with one out. Stevens at the plate. A base hit and a walk, a run scored, and a grounder foul past first. Oh, and 1 the count. That one missed inside. 1-1. Ball high, 2-1. Two teams deadlocked, fighting for a spot in the championship. Back to the pitcher, to second for 1, to first. Out. Nix, they say, got his foot on the bag as he stretched and laid out for that throw. A double play. Ends the top half of the 8th. And J.D. Pruitt looking for some clarification on that call before we step aside. The umpires are going to convene and to confirm that Nix kept his foot on the base there. That's a couple of bang calls at first that have ended the last 2 half innings. And he's out. No change to the call. So we'll go to the bottom half of the 8th. Still tied. Nine 1-2. Due up, Heaps, Lawrence, and Howes for Wallace in the bottom of the 8th. In the air to the left. Threet gets over there to put it away and retire Heaps for out number 1. Championship game tomorrow, 11 a.m. at UAB. Shelton State already earned its spot in that game. The winner of this one will meet them. And the hottest hitter in town, Andrew Lawrence, at the plate with 1 out, nobody on. Lawrence, 4 for 4. He's in a 1-1 count. Late on that one, 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Close pitch there. That one in the air. They're going to get Lawrence out as Speakman puts that routine fly ball away. First time Lawrence has been retired in this game. 2 outs in the 8th. Foul ball off the bat of Howes. He's got 3 hits and an RBI in this game, 3 for 4. The 0-1 pitch. Outside 1-1. And he's got a 4-hit game. Jamie Howes wearing out the grass in left field. A 2-out base runner in the 8th. And another good hitter at the plate. Peyton 2 for 4. An RBI single in the 2nd. Strike 1 to Peyton. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. You can feel the intensity level rising as we get closer to the end of this game. 1-1. Call strike, 1-2. Seth Payne. Runner goes from first. Grounded. Oh, they hit and run. A little trickle cue shot off the end of the bat. Turns into a base hit. Put that in the instructional video. The second baseman, Walters, was on his way to second to cover the bag with the runner on the move. And Peyton got about the softest hit single you'll ever see with a defender nowhere in sight. Around to third. On the play, Jamie Howes, they're on the corners with 2 outs. Fernandez in an 0-1 count. It's 0-2. Luke Fernandez, 1 for 4. He had an RBI single in the first. He's flied out twice and grounded out since then. Payne trying to keep this score tied with 2 outs. Good block, Caden Mason. 1-2. The 1-2. Popped up, going to get out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Fernandez. Another 1-2 on the way. Low and away. Good job by Caden Mason to get the mitt on that one. 2-2. 2-2. Popped him up, left side. Geelan, Stevens. Geelan is called for it, has room, makes the catch. And ends the inning. A couple of 2-out base hits. But runners left stranded at first and third, and we're still tied as we go to the ninth. We have reached the ninth inning here in Oxford. A spot in the championship game on the line for the winner of this game. We've gone 8 rounds, and it is dead even. Payne gonna hit. So he's in the leadoff spot. That's where Murphy was lifted for Cunningham. Cunningham was the pinch hitter last time. Payne as the pitcher. Hitting in that DH spot. Called strike. One and one to count. Told you Payne had been the starter at first base in a couple of games here in this tournament, so he's no stranger to the batter's box. Swing and a miss. 1-2. .337 the average. No home runs, 13 RBIs for Payne. A foul ball that hit Payne in the batter's box. Pitch is low, 2-2. Seth Payne. One for 7 and 2 starts in the lineup at the plate in this tournament. He's reached on a couple of walks and hits one up the middle. Fielded back there, a little bit of a collision. And Payne is going to reach. A visit to the mound with the go-ahead run at first to lead off the ninth. Well, when you've got the best pitcher in the league in uniform, and no better time to use him than in a tie game in the ninth with your season on the line. Luke Fernandez is going to be the new pitcher. An extra day of rest because of the rain. This game was originally scheduled to be played yesterday. Fernandez started and pitched 6 innings in the opening game of the tournament for the Lions. That was on Thursday. So Fernandez takes the mound. And I'll recite his numbers again just to show you how impressive they are. 8-2 the record. Surprising that he lost 2 games. 134 the ERA. 6 complete games, 4 shutouts. 80 2/3 innings. That's a lot. He threw a lot of innings, went deep into a lot of games. And in those 80 2/3 innings, gave up just 40 hits, 24 walks, and 127 strikeouts. Fernandez is going to be playing in the Big Ten, from what I've been told. He'll be going to Purdue after his time in Hanceville is complete. So Seth Payne, a leadoff single in the ninth, is at first. Fernandez on to try to make sure he does not score the go-ahead run. And Quincy Walters at the plate. Popped up, foul. Jackson gave it a look, but ran out of room. Strike 1. Walters can take as much credit for this game being tied as anybody. Smart base running, outstanding defense at second. Lays down the bunt. Jackson looked at second, but took the sure out. So Walters does his job. Payne to second. Scott at the plate. Coach J.D. Pruitt talking to Scott. Coach Putman talking to the home plate umpire. All the conversations are over now. Addison Scott getting ready to hit. He's 1 for 4. A base hit in the 4th. Runner at second. A potential go-ahead run. Scott waves at that one. In the dirt. It's 0-1. Couldn't pull the trigger on that breaking ball. It's 0-2. Winner of this game advances to play Shelton State in the championship tomorrow at 11 at UAB. Scott takes low. It's 1-2. Fernandez ready with the 1-2. Here it is. Called strike 3. Inside corner at the knees. Addison Scott wanted an explanation and got a chuckle out of the response from the umpire. 2 outs. Runner still at second. Caden Mason at the plate. Low and away. Mason came in swinging a hot bat, but he's looking for his first hit in this one. 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch in the first and scored a run. A knee buckling breaking ball, 1-1 to count. Two and one now. Fastball. Grazed the bottom of the strike zone. 2-2. Struck him out. Fernandez does his job. Leaves the runner stranded at second base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Tie game.
Back on the mound for the Coyotes. Back on the plate, number 33 for the line.
So now we go to the bottom of the ninth. Wallace trying to walk it off into the championship game. Payne versus Nix hitting for the first time. Austin Nix. 329 the average. 10 home runs, 43 RBIs. Swings and misses. And he's behind in the count 0-2. For Nix, it's his first at-bat of the tournament. And he strikes out on 3 pitches.
After the strikeout, now batting number 7, William Perry.
One out. Perry at the plate. 0 for 4. Ball low. Called strike, 1-1. He hit it hard, but was way out in front, and it's 1-2. 2-2, just missed. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Stevens in foul territory. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Next up, number 18, Riley Jackson.
Riley Jackson. In the air, deep right. That's going to split the gap. Extra bases for Jackson with 2 outs in the 9th. He's at second. Cooper Sanford. Will Sanford be the hero? A base hit could walk it off here for the Lions. Runner at second, 2 outs. If Payne can get him, we're going to extras. Payne fires a strike, 0-1. Up and in. The count is even at 1-1. Outside, past the catcher. Down to third. Goes Riley Jackson, 90 feet away from winning this ball game for the Lions. It's 2-1 to Cooper Sanford. Lions fans trying to cheer on their team to a victory. Time's going to be called a visit to the mound. Something interesting just happened. Visit to the mound. It looked like the entire bench was anticipating a change in Seth Payne coming out of this game. Seth Payne waved off the pitching change. His glove, he gestured towards the bullpen. Whoever was coming out of there said, no, stay in there. So no change here. Payne talked him out of it. Two balls and a strike. Winning run 90 feet away for the Lions. The 2-1. A strike at the knees, 2-2. Call strike 3, Seth Payne makes good on his decision to keep himself in that ball game, and we are headed to extra innings. in this elimination game. 5-5 our score as we go to the 10th.
Three baseballs will head to the top of the 10th.
Extra innings here in Oxford. Wallace, Hanceville, Coastal South fighting tooth and nail to get a spot in the championship game tomorrow morning.
Fernandez back on the mound.
That game will take place at UAB.
Number 4, Bryce Speakman.
At 11 a.m. Shelton State will be one of the teams. We know that. And we are deciding here who they will play. 5-5 in the 10th. Fernandez back on the mound. The 5, 6, 7 spots in the order: Speakman, Threet, and Leggett. A 1-1 count. Speakman 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. One ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off, still 1-2. Two and two. Fernandez with that signature accent on his delivery. Comes home with a grunt. 2-2, foul back. High chopper foul past third. Still 2-2. Speakman battling here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air, shallow right, coming on as Heaps. He won't get there. It's a base hit. Off the end of the bat a little bit, but a great at-bat by Speakman. Fouled off a handful of 2-strike pitches. And worked a base hit off of Fernandez. A good start to the 10th. Second hit for Speakman. 3. at the plate now. Jackson creeping in from third, expecting the bunt. Shown, called strike. It's 0-1. Bunted foul for strike two. The way this game started, felt like it was going to be a high-scoring, back-and-forth type of game. 3 runs apiece in the first inning. Grounder to second. Taylor made double play ball. 6-4, but Threet beats it out. Hustling down the line. Good speed by Threet to stay out of the double play. He's at first with 1 out. And now Leggett. As the rain starts to fall here in Oxford. Oh, 0-2 to Leggett. Each team got 3 in the first. Wallace added 2 in the second. Runner goes. Pitch is hit in the air. Routine to center. Threet retreats. Perry catches it out in center for out number 2. Now Geelan. 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Fouls that one out of play for strike 1. Runner goes. The throw down. Off the runner. Glances away. Threet thought about going to third. Slammed on the brakes and gets back to second. A stolen base. Runner at second now with 2 outs. A base hit. Put the Coyotes ahead. A swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Called strike 3 on the corner. Fernandez strands another runner. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied. Rain coming down a little bit harder here in Oxford, bottom of the 10th.
On the galleries, now batting for the Lions, number 15, Kason Heaps.
Heaps, Lawrence, and Howes, the three due up, trying to find a way to score a run and win this ball game for the Lions. Two and one the count. Heaps is 1 for 4. Had a base hit back in the second. Both teams scored 3 in the first. Wallace with 2 in the second. Single runs by Coastal in the 4th and 6th. Tied this game. And neither team has been able to scratch out a run since then. Full count to Heaps. The 3-2. High chopper on the infield. Charging is Stevens, throwing quickly. Not in time. Heaps beats out an infield single to start the 10th. And the big bat's coming up for Wallace State. And now I don't think Seth Payne will be able to wave off another pitching change. He's going to come out after an outstanding job keeping this game tied. High fives from his mates as he comes off the field. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. New pitcher is going to be right-hander Trevor Ferris, making his second appearance of the tournament. A leadoff infield single by Kason Heaps. He's at first. Ferris gonna have to face some hot hitters. Andrew Lawrence 4 for 5. Jamie Howes on deck, also 4 for 5. Lawrence was gonna bunt to throw to first. They got him. Picked off of first base. Heaps doesn't want to leave, but he is out. Lawrence squared the bunt. Heaps trying to take an aggressive lead and get a good jump if the bunt was laid down, and was too aggressive. Caden Mason picked him off a first. So base is empty, one out. Lawrence will swing away, and it's a 1-2 count. Rain coming down. The 1-2. Stevens fields the high hop, sets, throws, and it gets by Leggett. Lawrence to second. The ball was jammed up under the padding under there on the bullpen wall. So a runner at second. One out. And Howes will be walked intentionally to set up a force play anywhere. The only run that counts or matters is the one at second base. So if you can improve your situation defensively, you do it. That's why Howes is being put on. So he's at first. Lawrence at second. Colton Payton, 3 for 5. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Hits one pretty deep right center. Going back to make the catch is Speakman for out number 2. Payton gave it a ride, but he is retired. 2 down in the 10th. And now Fernandez, who has pitched the last 2 innings and has gone 1 for 5 at the plate. He smokes one down the line and left, but it's foul. That would have been the game winner. That ball rolled around into fair territory, so Threet had to go get it. Now we're ready. 0-1 to Fernandez. Little pop out over second. That one is down. The runner coming home around third. Wallace wins it. Lions to the championship. Luke Fernandez, the walk-off winner for Wallace State. And they're dancing in the rain in Oxford. A 2-out game winner off the bat of Luke Fernandez. Andrew Lawrence comes around and scores the winning run, and the 5th-seeded Lions of Wallace Hanceville will play Shelton State for the conference championship tomorrow at 11 a.m. at UAB. Into a great tournament run by Coastal South, the 3 seed in this tournament. The only teams they lost to are the 2 teams going to play for the championship. And that's going to do it for our week here in Oxford. The tournament moves to UAB for the final game or games. Wallace would have to win 2 tomorrow to win the conference. Shelton wins the championship with 1 victory tomorrow. And the winner of that will move to a best-of-3 series later this week, starting Thursday, whoever wins this tournament will host that best of 3 against LSU Eunice, the champion from Louisiana. They'll make the trip over here to Alabama. My work is done, folks. Thank you for riding with me through the last 4 days here at this tournament. Robert Williamson will be back in the saddle tomorrow for the championship games over at UAB. Wallace State, the walk-off winners over Coastal South in this elimination game. 6-5 our final score. Thank you for watching here on JockJive, the ACCC Division I baseball tournament. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m.